Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm super excited to come to you today with another fresh episode for your Friday. Hope you're doing well. Had a great week out there and crushing another day to end it. Maybe you took the day off. Maybe you did 410s and got the day off. We actually did this week, which was sweet. We got all of our production that we needed to done in 4 days, and we took Friday off. I'm doing a little solo install side job today on Friday as you're listening, and that's it, though. All the crews are in. We had one job get delayed. We were supposed to pour concrete on Thursday, today, I guess, when I'm recording this, and we had to push it back because we had storms rolling through, and it wasn't worth the risk. Here in Alabama, the summer showers are just so unpredictable. There's no rhyme or reason to them. They just show up and they go away in 10 minutes. And we were watching it roll in on the horizon for an hour, and it just came getting closer, and we were like, man, it's coming, and didn't want to take a chance. We had 2 yards going down, and I wasn't going to risk it getting all washed away. So concrete, it's all prepped, everything's formed, like it's ready to literally pour, float, finish, and go. But we will hopefully do that Monday afternoon. But other than that, we had a solid week this week. Knocked out a nice little sod job yesterday, and it's in great shape. Like, I'm happy with how that turned out. We got out of that paver walkway job, if you've seen that. We got out of that job, thankfully, and our delay was rocks on that. That was the issue, and so we finally got a rock. Had to have them transferred in, and that was a challenge in of itself. But we got them in, got them down, and we are out of there. So thank goodness for that. But I don't want to waste your time today. I do want to remind you, before we jump in, code GG50 gets you into Equip Expo for $15, 50% off. So check that out. Take advantage of it if you're going to go to Equip, which you should. You should be using our code. But other than that, code Jeremiah gets you LMN 10% off. And as I record this, I'm sitting here looking at LMN, looking at my job cost on this sod job to see how we ended up. And we ended up all right. We were a little over because we put 4 guys on it. Usually I have 2 on them. So we were about 6 hours over, but not terrible. It could have been worse, but we got it knocked out, and everybody was in good morale. Love that. So here we go, guys. I want to dive into what we're going to talk about today, what that looks like, all of the what's going to come with it. And what do you think we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about a follow-up to Wednesday's show. So Wednesday we talked about whether you should go into debt or use cash, right, to grow your business. And what is that for you? Just think on that for a minute. What does that look like for you? For me, we have utilized debt to help us grow. We've utilized debt more than we should have sometimes, and sometimes we've done it using cash and we've grown well, and sometimes we've used debt and grown well. You know, it just depends. You're going to have wins and losses along the way. Try to be very open and honest how we've done it up to this point. So I want to follow that conversation up with buying new versus buying used. And this is hopefully just going to give you a little bit more insight into that whole debt conversation, cash conversation. Like, if you think you can handle the debt wisely, then this may look like an option for you as far as utilizing debt to buy equipment and good money-making assets in your business. And so let's dive in. I want to talk to you for about 15 minutes today, probably, about what this looks like, how you can use it in your business, and make good decisions moving forward. So I just want to tell you this off the front, right? Like, the $10,000 truck you're looking at looks like a good deal, right? It looks like a really good deal. But what you're probably not factoring in is the downtime, the repairs, the missed revenue and opportunity costs for that downtime, and how clients perceive how your company operates. And so I want to dive through these and break them down for you and talk through them with you for a few minutes about kind of why we've chosen to do what we've done. We've done both options and what that looks like for us, and maybe make some sense for you. So it's not anything to be alone about, right? If you feel like you hung up on it, and you're like, man, I don't know what to do. Should I buy new? Should I buy used? I don't know. It's okay. Totally normal. It's okay. Let's dispel some of that. Let's break it down for you and give you real actionable items on what you should be doing. So, excuse me, give me a little drink here. The trap that I think you can fall into is the emotional trap of cheap, right? What does cheap do for you? Buying used feels good, right? It feels good because there's no debt. You don't have much upfront costs. You own it, and you don't bring banks in, right? So, you own the equipment, right? No one's going to come take it from you if you don't make your payment. It is yours. It can sit there, and it's yours. No one's ever going to take it from you. But I want to talk to you about why it's risky, right? That feels good. That feels really good. But let's talk about the risk involved with buying used. You're going to have potential for high repair bills, and that is not something that is uncommon, right? I have bought the $10,000 truck and spent $20,000 on the truck after paying $10,000 for it because I had to do so much work on it. And so I have seen how that works and what that looks like. I've also bought the $10,000 truck and, cross my fingers, knock on wood, I haven't had to do anything to it yet. So hopefully that stays good, right? But I've also bought the newer trucks and had zero issues and zero downtime and seen what that's done as well. So back on the used version, though, before we continue, you got the downtime is really the biggest thing for me now. Repair costs, yes. I don't want to be bleeding cash on repair costs. I don't want to pull $5,000 or $7,000 out of my pocket for a transmission or whatever, heat pump, water pump, whatever the things are. But the downtime is so unpredictable. You don't know when it's going to break, and you could have 40 pallets of sod come on your yard to be laid that day. It could be delivered that morning, and you need to get out there and lay it, but you have an old 2002 skid steer with a 2005 pickup truck that both decided to blow a hose or break down or not start this morning, and then you have sod laying there all day, right? Those are things you have to consider. And I'm not being Debbie Downer. I'm not saying that you can't buy used. I'm just saying think on these things before you make decisions. I think sometimes the used approach gives a little bit of a Band-Aid on your business. Okay, this is good. I can just, I need a truck. I can get one for $10,000. Let's put a Band-Aid on the problem. The problem is I need a new truck. Let's put this Band-Aid on it. Give me a truck. But then that's so reactive. You're not planning your truck needs. You're not planning how you actually grow your fleets. And I've done that, right? I have done that. The $10,000 truck that I bought was one of them. Was 100% a reactive, Band-Aid on the business. We need a truck bad. We're running out of time. We have guys sitting here. We can't get to multiple sites. 100% reactionary decision. It's worked out, right? It's worked out decent. But that's not a way to actively really grow the company. So, aside from those, right, I want to talk to you about what the cost of owning a used truck could potentially be for you. And this is not that far out there, right? Because these are real numbers that I've gone through, that I've done and used and seen in our company over the last 7 years. So let's go with buying used, right? We're going to buy used, and we're going to have a purchase price of $10,000. $10,000 is my magic number. You can usually find a decent truck, 100, 120, 150,000 miles, for $10,000 to $15,000. So you can buy a truck for $10,000 to $15,000, and this is a regular cab, base body, none of that stuff. I'm not saying you get upgrades. I'm not saying you get a Lariat for that. I'm just saying I've bought 3 of them, so I know you can find them. 10 grand on a truck, right? Well, let's go into repairs and maintenance. So I don't think saying that $5,000 a year is that outrageous for repairs and maintenance, because think about it this way. You think I'm not going to spend $5,000 a year. If you have to replace brakes and rotors all the way around, it's $1,500. Easy. $1,500 easy. Just on brakes and rotors, right? Well, let's say you, again, blow a water pump, right? Okay, another $1,500. Let's say your transmission goes. Well, there's your automatic $3,000 to $5,000 right there. There are let's talk radiators, right? Radiators, they go out, right? A couple $100, $1,000. Tires, right? And I know tires are more of a that's going to happen on any truck, but you don't know in what condition you're buying them. So potentially the first year you could have $1,500 in tires, right? And so just think on these things. I'm not a mechanic, so I'm not going to say and break down everything that can happen. But I know, like, spark plugs, glow plugs, if you're a diesel, like, these things go bad. These things mess up. If they have 100, 120,000 miles, things are going to start wearing out on them. And so you have to think, I think $3,000 to $5,000 a year is not that outrageous for repair costs. So not only do we have $3,000 to $5,000 a year in repair costs, but let's talk about the days that those are getting repaired. Let's say, in a really positive manner or a hopeful manner, we're gonna have $5,000 a year in repair costs, but we're only gonna be down for 5 days. We're gonna have 5 days of downtime, right? Well, guys, that's potentially like $6,000 a year. 6 to 8 to 10 a year. Depends on how much revenue you can produce in a day in a crew, and it depends on how many days you're actually down. So 16. We're at 16. We're at $21,000 right now, just in the cost of this truck per year. Well, in the first year, the 10 grand is going to drop the second year, but this stuff is going to continue, right? So you still got $5,000 a year, $6,000 lost productivity. This is going to continue year over year, and so let's think on the fuel efficiency, right? You're going to get an older truck. You're going to spend. It's going to get a couple miles per gallon less than what a new truck's going to get. And so you're going to be spending $1,000, $1,500 a year on that as well, right? And so, like, in your first year, potentially, you have that truck could cost you $2,300, $22,000, $23,000, not $2,200, $22,000 to $23,000 to $25,000. Put your number on it, right? But we're in the 20s, right? And so then you sit here and looking like, man, that cheap truck that I bought for $10,000 isn't actually cheap, right? It's not actually cheap. It actually cost me a lot of money. And this is all just like physical, like actual costs, not emotional, not representation, not perception, none of that stuff. Just physical cash coming out of your bank account. Now let's compare it to a new truck, and we'll run through this. It's really easy, right? So we're going to say you have a truck for $900 to $1,100 a month on a lease. That's not abnormal for a pickup truck. I've got a flatbed for $1,300, right? A 3,500 flatbed, 4-wheel drive, crew cab for $1,300. So that's not that outrageous. No money up front, no warranty or anything like that, no repair costs, right? That's all included. You're not gonna. It's gonna be under warranty that's paid for, right? So you're not gonna have repair costs. You're gonna have zero downtime because your truck's not gonna break. It's gonna start every day you go out there. Your fuel costs, you're gonna save money, right? And not only are all those cash things true, you're gonna get in it and people are gonna say, "Man, he actually has a nice truck. Or this is a nice company," right? Like your clients are going to trust that you actually can get the job done because you're not rolling up in a beater. So that costs you what? 11 to 12 grand a year, 13 grand a year, right? And so just think on this and actually on the numbers. And these are things that I did with my coach earlier in the spring of like, hey, this is what this looks like. Because I was in the middle. I was like, man, I could buy these used ones. I found some. And we were like, whoa, let's break it down, see what this actually does. And so that's what happened. And so, and I'm not saying never buy used. I bought a used truck this year. Has, I don't know, 60 or 70,000 miles on it. I bought it for 22 grand, right? Like a box truck. Because it's in mint condition. So if you're going to buy used, be very cautious and very picky about what you want to get. So this is all cash, right? This is just literally just cash coming out of your account. let's move on, right? Let's talk through what the client actually sees, okay? Because the second you pull up in the driveway, the client's looking at you. Potential client is looking at what is he driving, right? Is it old? Is it rusty? Is it dented, right? Okay, people are like, well, he's a one-man band. He's small. He may not show up. He's probably pretty cheap, right? He's not going to charge a lot because he doesn't have a nice truck, right? And then you show up in a new, clean truck. It's going to say, okay, this dude knows what he's doing. They're going to show up. He's going to be a little more expensive, but it's going to be worth the investment, okay? Like, you could literally be the best landscaper around. But if you don't show it through how you're presenting yourself, you're starting with a big credibility hole. Like, you're gonna have to fight through that to show, okay, we actually are a company. Like, we are a legit company. We're not just a small one-man band. Okay, you got 50 people, and if you roll up with 22 rusty pickup trucks, they're gonna be like, "What's happening here? This doesn't make sense." Okay, when you get out to commercial stuff as well, commercial accounts, right? Like car lots, apartment complexes, high net worth places where high net worth individuals come. Those commercial businesses do not want rusty pickup trucks on their lots. HOAs, they don't want old trucks running around their HOAs. Churches especially, they want nice people out there representing their church. Like, you are a rolling billboard for your company when you roll in your equipment. So just please think about that when you buy used trucks. Now, I'll flip this and I'll work with you here on your used people. Here we go. You're going to like me for a minute, right? There are stages when buying used makes sense. When you're early in business, right? Think about that. When you're early stage in business, you don't want to go strap down a bunch of debt. You don't have the cash flow to satisfy it. That may not be a bad decision, okay? You get reliable equipment that is used, and you get low hours and low miles, and you have good service records, right? There is a place for that. Secondary, if it's a secondary or backup piece of equipment, yep, get it. That's 100%. It's okay, right? If you're just, I need something at the lot to sit here, be when I need it. If we have a truck go down, it's a backup, right? Like, that is okay. There are times when that makes sense. Don't buy a $1,400 a month truck to sit at the property and not move because you're buying it as a backup, okay? You have a mechanic, right? If you have a mechanic, it makes sense. It makes really good sense. They can fix things up. You could paint it. You can wrap it. Like, you can make it look good as long as you can get the internals good. And so used can work, right? But it just needs to be strategic, and it doesn't need to be a reactionary plan. It doesn't need to be desperate. Hey, I need a truck. Give me a truck, right? That's what you have to remember. Here's the actual case for buying a new truck, okay? Case for buying a new truck is you have easy payments that are going to be there all the time. It's budgets, right? You can build a budget very easily because you don't have like fluctuations in cash coming in or out for repairs. It's just, hey, $1,200 a month, boom, here it is, pay it, move on. No downtime. You're always knocking more jobs out. You're always going. You're always producing work. The MPG, miles per gallon, is still, you're getting better fuel economy. Just remember that. The trust that you build through your brand shows through your vehicles, right? If the $900 to $1,200 truck a month, right, that payment gives you $3,000 to $4,000 a month in freed up production, it's not a cost. Like, it's a growth tool. It literally, you use this tool for growth. That is why I say, like, it's okay to do some of this when you're actually using it to make money. It's not just sitting around hanging out. So just remember, what season are you in? Not every business is ready to buy all new everything, right? But also, not every business should stay in the used game forever. Do you have the cash flow to support what you're trying to pay for? Cash flow is everything. We talked about that on Wednesday. Do you have the cash flow to pay for it? What is the current equipment costing me, and is it costing me more than what it's worth? I have a truck right now that sits on my lot. It's paid for, but it's broken down because the transmission blew in, and that truck costs me more than what it's worth if I put that transmission in it. I'm going to sell it, get rid of it, because it literally costs me more. Am I losing jobs because of the reputation of how we present ourselves? Think on that. Are you losing jobs at high-end residential companies or high-end residential homes or commercial companies? Are you losing those jobs because your reputation? Ask those questions, right? You start losing accounts, ask the question, hey, what made you not go with us? Well, transparently, like we need somebody that's going to show up with really nice new things because our clients, that's what they expect. We're a high-ticket restaurant or a high-ticket store, right? Our clients want nice things on the lot. Last thing is, guys, cheap upfront doesn't mean it's going to be cheap forever. Please, please, please remember that. The clients are they're gonna judge you by what you're driving. Whether you like it or not, they are. I'm not saying new is all the time for everyone. But sometimes the new gear pays for itself. In uptime, in the emotional confidence, your employees know they're going to get in something and it's going to run. It's not going to be breaking and they're going to be losing work and losing hours, right? So I would challenge you to go this week, look at what's in your fleet. Is there something in there that's costing you more than what it's worth? Would an upgrade increase the production and also give you better peace of mind and better professionalism? Like, it's that simple. It really is that simple. So I hope that you can take this, share it with your friends, share it with someone that you know who's maybe driving a truck that's always breaking down or always struggling about having downtime on equipment. Like, make this make sense for them. I hope that I laid it out there for you. You take the numbers, you run it in your business. What does that truck cost you? What is a new truck going to cost you? Figure those things out, right? And see how you can actually grow your company with good equipment that's not going to stress you out, that's not going to hold you back, that's going to free up your time to say, hey, let's go grow the business. Let's go put revenue and work, revenue in the bank, work on the ground, and make clients happy. So I hope you guys have a great weekend if you're listening in real time. We'll catch you back here on Monday for another Marriage Monday. I love you. I care about you. I appreciate you. This stuff comes from the heart. It's what we go through. It's what we do in our business. It's what I've gone through in the last 5 years. I don't know a lot. I don't know everything. I just want to share what we have done, and that's what my passion is to help you grow. So if that means anything to you, leave us a big 5-star rating or review. I hope it helped out today. But without any further ado, guys, check out Equip. Check out LMN. I promise you they're going to help you grow your business. LMN will. Equip's going to give you a good time in October. Potentially buy some of that new equipment that you need to grow your business as well. So code GG50, $15 entrance into Equip Expo. Code Jeremiah for 10% off LMN. Onboarding, everything that goes into that. So I appreciate you. We care about you. We love you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If anything to do, it's going to wrap this one up. We look forward to catching up with everybody here on.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.